Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show, where we make it happen. I am so excited to be with you tonight. It has been a great day. I pray that everyone is well. This is the Coco McMillan Show, where we bring some amazing flavor to the virtual talk show circuit, featuring our national and our local recording artists, business owners, physical and mental health awareness, social organizations, all of that. We do that right here on the Coco McMillan Show. We allow the guests to come on the show and talk about their career goals, their opportunities, their product, their new challenges, as well as awareness. We ask them to bring their expertise and their knowledge to the show because we believe in sharing that information and promoting their journey. I say every week, millions of souls can be blessed just by your testimony. So we make it happen here on the Coco McMillan Show. So look, if you want to be a part of the show, please make sure you reach out to me, contact me. Any of the social media platforms, my email address, cocomcmillanmusic@gmail.com. Just reach out to me and we will make it happen for you. We're streaming live here on the IBM network on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Roku, all that good stuff. If you're in the presence of your home and you have a Roku TV, go to add channel and download Pod TV Live, and you can see it right there on your big screen TV in your home. So we're just excited about what God is doing for the show. We're happy that you're here, you're watching the show. Shout out to everyone that's on right now. I see Pastor Johnson there from Brooklyn, New York, Greater Rosa Sharon Church. So thank you so much for watching. Minister Taylor, Monique Taylor, thank you so much for watching. My mom is on, Rita Thompson. So thank you again. And thank you again for all the prayers, for my mom. She's doing so much better. She's talking. So who wouldn't serve a God like that? Because he did it. So thank you so much. And I do want you to please keep me in prayer. My father has been hospitalized. And so we just want to keep him in prayer and lift him up. We know that God is going to do it. He's looking down on him. He has favor. So I just ask for your prayers for him as well. All right. So listen, let me know where you watching from, all that good stuff that you hear. We can give you a shout out, all that stuff. Yes, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We're still waiting for our guests to come on, but we do have a young man that's here tonight. I'm so excited to talk with him. Mr. Moon, Miles Moon, he is just amazing. I had a chance to kind of talk to him backstage for a little bit and just love his character and his aura. So I know that you're going to love him too. He is an amazing artist. He was a contestant on the American Idol in 2022. After years of playing in the subway in New York City, he was recognized by R&B artist Neo, and he later signed with Sony Records. When I say his voice is amazing, he has a story to tell, from, performing in the streets there in New York City, in the subways, to big stage now, just, doing his thing. And I'm just so happy that God has really favored him and looked down on him. He's one of New York's promising artists. Notable appearances including Radio City Music Hall, The Shrine, the West Side Comedy Club, and the list goes on and on and on. He has a song that's out right now that's called Young Love. I want you to take a listen to this song before I bring him on tonight. So again, this is Mr. Miles Moon with his new single called Young Love. Check it out.
Guess I'm not wise enough to know the way, but I'm still old enough to drink the pain away. Girl, you know you drive me insane, but I still wanna love it from you. Ask anybody if I speak of you or say your name, cause I can't talk about the misery. Yeah, yeah, I wish it ain't have to be this way, cause I still need a loving from you. I want you to stay, take the pain away, and never let me go. Let me go. I guess I'm not used to young love. Tried it, didn't make it. Young love, heartache while I'm faded. Young love, can we recreate it? Stay, don't let me go. Stay, don't let me go. 'Cause I'm not strong enough to hold the weight of this heavy heart you left with me. Don't wanna make you a memory, cause I still need a loving from you, baby. Cause you know that I thought we would last forever. I thought we could stay together. Now you moved on to someone better. Your heart's lighter than a feather. Cause I still crave loving from you. I guess I'm not used to young love. Tried it, didn't make it. Young love, heartache while I'm faded. Young love, can we recreate it? Stay, don't let me go. Stay, don't let me go. You can call me if you need me, baby. I'll still be here waiting for you. It's a lesson you've been teaching to me. I'll do better for the next time, long as that next time's with you. Guess I'm not wise enough to know the way, but I still need your loving. Let's fall right back in young love. Young love, tried it, didn't make it. Young love, heartache while I'm faded. Young love, can we recreate it? Stay, don't let me go. Stay, don't let me go. Young love, tried it, didn't make it. Young love, heartache while I'm faded. Young love, can we recreate it? Stay, don't let me go. Stay, don't let me go.
Yes. Ha. Please help me welcome Mr. Miles Moon.
Hello, hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I am warming up from a very, very cold New York night.
I'm sure. I know it's cold there. And I think you said you just finished up a music video.
Yeah, I was just
Is that
wrapping up a
right?
video shoot, yes. And
Oh my
so I was
God.
just running around, found a coffee shop. I'm here, and I'm happy to
Oh,
be here.
oh, I'm so glad you stopped in just to do this for me. I'm so happy. And like I said, I love the song, Miles. You are doing some phenomenal work, in the music industry. I just have a couple of questions for you. Growing up in New York, Brooklyn roots, and how did it shape you, your sound and your artistry?
What I realized was that growing up in New York gave me a lot of opportunity,
Hmm.
and it was just a matter of utilizing my passion and my environment. So finding a way to be, you know, in I grew up performing on trains, and I didn't know that's how I was going to lead into becoming the artist I am today. But I just knew that I wanted to sing and that New York could be my stage.
Wow. And it's wonderful because you talk about from the subways, performing in the New York City subways to national stages. How do you feel?
I'm like just grateful and kind of like I feel humble because like it feels like no matter what, I'm always gonna find a way to perform. Like I always find my way back to the trains. Like I just been doing these videos where
Yeah.
I'm doing like singing with a bunch of singers, like a flash mob choir, and we're performing all
Wow.
over the subway stations. And to think like, okay, I came from here, I've
Right.
seen so much, but now we're going back to the roots. And I
Wow.
think there's something really beautiful about that, and it's really full circle for me. So I'm just grateful.
Yes, because I mean, and you think about this the viral breakthrough that you had with the live rendition of Michael Jackson's "Dirty Diana." Um, recognizing these icons, recognizing that Timberland, Neo, Justin Combs. How did you feel when you got that first call or that text or whatever from these artists?
It
Just to
was
talk about what you were doing.
it was like I'm growing up on these people. These are some of my favorite artists sonically. Like we just click very, very well. And long story short, I'm just so happy that it's reassuring is the answer. I just feel really reassured that the people I like my stuff, you know?
Right. Oh my goodness, this is great. Let's talk about Young Love. Releasing this, your debut album, single Young Love.
hmm
What's the inspiration behind the song?
Well, I think I just experienced a lot of early love and heartbreak early on.
Yeah.
I think even deeper than just the writing of the record, or I mean the background of the record. I think even more importantly is how it shaped me to become the artist
Mm,
I am now. Because I wrote that song maybe 7 years ago.
wow.
Um, and it's so surreal that it's been here for so long. And it was just like this foundation of who Miles Moon was meant to
Mm,
become. And so
yeah.
now I'm at this place where it's like, okay, I have all these new records, I have all this stuff going on, but the fact that this is the record that's shaping me, it's like I'm getting a pat on the back from younger me, and it's
Yeah.
very heartwarming.
Wow. And you was just on the Tamron Hall show. Yes. Oh my God. One of my favorites. So how was it with Tamron and performing the
Oh
song
my
with the
gosh,
I know it was fulfilled.
she's a sweetheart. It was amazing. It was nerve wracking. I was like, this is how this goes. Okay, my heart's racing. Let me figure out how to get words out of my mouth. Because I know how to sing. It's a stage, but when it comes to having a conversation, sometimes it's not the easiest.
Right, right, right.
But performing it was like a dream come true. It was like, wow. Once again, with a record that I wrote so long ago, kind of coming to the forefront and
Yeah.
becoming kind of what I hope to be the pulsing slash like catalyst to everything that's meant to happen is that's gonna happen is beautiful
Wow.
that for that to be the starting moment.
Wow. Wow. And shout out to your wife, your family. How important is it to have that support behind you from your wife?
I don't have a wife, but like
Oh, your
my family
family.
in general, no worries. My family in general is just like so like my uncle is like my main manager.
Ooh,
He just stays on top of everything. He just makes sure I'm okay, I'm all right. And I think recently there's been like a lot of rekindling with like there's all of my family and the support is so huge and like I know they love me so much and it feels good to know that I have a army behind me, you know?
right, right. Yeah, because that support is very necessary. Look, you performed the national anthem at the New York Rangers, Madison Square Garden. How was that?
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. It's so cold. So cold. Like I
Oh,
didn't even think about the ice. Like, because I'm used to like, thankfully I'm grateful that I performed multiple times for the Knicks anthem. But
right, right.
it's just a basketball court, it's just wood. But
Wow.
the ice was like freezing. I had to make sure I was fully warmed up at all times. It was like tea and it went really well though, so it was fun. Shout out to the Rangers and shout out to their fans because they were like roaring. It was insane.
But cold. Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh wow. Um, a couple more questions. I want to talk about this golden ticket on American Idol.
Okay.
I know that you was just like at all. Tell us the
Yes.
experience about that whole um experience that you had with American Idol.
Well, it was very like it was, the day started early. I think it was a lot. I'm getting flashbacks as you mentioned it. I think what I realized though was that the community that I found behind it was so important to me. It was like to be in a room full of all
Yeah,
of these artists that all have stories that have all been through things and like at the end of the day, like we're all here trying to make our dreams happen. It was very inspiring from one artist to another. And I think it kind of helped us all push ourselves.
yeah.
It lit the fire under our butts.
I'm sure. I'm sure, but meeting the other artists and just connecting with them, I know that was such an experience too because everybody learned from each other and just that
Exactly.
whole vibe.
Yes.
Wow,
And like they're all it's so much talent. There's so much to hear that you haven't heard before. And you're like, whoa, that's
right.
crazy. And I hope I was that to some people, but I know there was a lot of people that were that for me.
Yes. So what's next, Miles? What's next for you?
Well, listen, 2026 is around the corner. It's just gonna be a lot more music. I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna push and give it all I got because I love this record. This record loves me, and it's very warming to to be collaborating with my younger
Yeah.
self.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow. Any tours coming up? You think about getting on the road?
oh man, I think so. I think I'm ready. I think it's just a matter of when. You know,
Uh-huh,
I'm
uh-huh.
seeing comments. Who are some
Yeah, he
of the
says
artists you're listening to currently? What's in
currently.
my playlist? A lot of
Yeah.
Lucky Day. A lot of Lucky Day. I'm still about that's like more modern, but like a lot of Stevie. Like if I'm on Spotify or something, there's a lot of Stevie. That's one of my inspirations actually, along with like Michael Jackson, Bruno
Mm.
Mars, Weekend, Justin Timberlake, so on and so forth. Neo is like he's been such a big mentor to me, but even
Yeah.
more so like the fact that I grew up on him already, he became he was a part of my vocal kind of like Bible,
Yeah.
so to
Yeah.
speak,
Yeah. Yes.
and then kind of part of my family tree musically speaking. So
Wow.
to have him as like a
A
mentor and someone
mentor.
to rely on, it's very helpful.
Wow. And sees another question here says, when will the album be out?
Hey man, I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know. We're gonna drop some singles though. We're gonna start with a couple songs. We're gonna get the
yeah.
people excited, and then
Yeah.
I think an album will follow after.
I love it. I love it. So, how can people get the songs, the music? How can they contact you? We have some of your information running at the bottom of the screen, but how can they contact you?
Listen, I mean, the music's on Spotify. The music's out everywhere. Apple Music. You could check me out on Instagram, on TikTok. Miles is Miles Music underscore. You could probably type in Miles Moon and it'll pop up. But check it out. I'm there, and
Yeah.
I'm creating, and there's so much content coming out. There's so much music coming out, and like you're just gonna be along for the journey, along for the ride.
Yes, I love it. You listen, you have over 100,000 fans and viewers. And what's one thing that you want to say to your fans?
I think without, I don't even consider them fans. I think we're just like a community of people who all love music,
Yeah,
and I'm just grateful to have them. Just like I'm grateful to have my family. Just like I'm grateful to have the artist I met on Idol.
yeah,
I'm grateful to
yeah,
have this community of people who want to see me win. And
yeah.
so I think it's just a big old fat thank you.
I love it. Well, we're definitely going to be supporting you and backing you up here on the Coco McMillan Show. I am just so happy that you took the time, to stop in
Of
the coffee
course.
shop to do the show. And I know you got to get going. So thank you so much. Any final words, Miles? Any final words you'd like to say?
Well, thank you for having me, and your father will be in my prayers.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you
very
so much. I
welcome.
appreciate that. Thank you. Well, God bless you. Young Love is out, guys. I want you to get out, support Miles, get the music, follow him, all that good stuff. Continue to encourage him. Listen, this is our future, guys. So please make sure you support, support, support. So thank you again, Miles. We love you here. Thank
Thank you. God
you.
bless you. Have a good one.
God
Bye,
bless
guys.
you. Wow, his hair was gorgeous. Mr. Miles Moon. I'm so grateful and so thankful. Good evening, Cass. Good to see you. What God is doing, for our young men in the entertainment business. He's just doing his thing, and starting off in the subways in New York City, and look how his life has just evolved. So I'm just so grateful for him. Please continue to follow him, support him. He's doing a great thing in the community, in the entertainment business. So we want to see him continue to rise. All right. So thank you again, Miles. So listen, we got a couple of people here, got a couple of texts here. Two of our guests will not be able to join, but I do have Mr. AJ Porter is here. Yes, he is here. Thank you so much. Natasha, New York City. Tasha, thank you so much for watching. Tika, thank you so much for watching. Nettie Arlington, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you. Listen, our next guest, he is a writer, an author, amazing guy. I want you to make sure you support the book that he has out called The Garden in Jerusalem by AJ Porter. He is a writer. He's a thinker who worked bridges in history and theology and political reflections. Again, he has this book that's out. He's going to talk about it a little bit today. The book is out on Amazon, also Barnes and Noble. The Garden, it consists of rebellion and renewal, talks about the birth of liberty from the ashes of control. It's just so much that's in this book. This is the volume 1. Again, you can get it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. He is here to talk about it a little bit tonight. So please help me welcome Mr. A.J. Porter. Mr. Porter, I don't know if you can hear me, but I think you're on mute there. So let's see if you can just come off mute for me.
Try this one. Now,
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's one problem solved. The other problem is that the camera on my PC does not appear to be working. So you're looking at a picture of me when I was a much younger man. This has been one of those days. I'm in the Central Time Zone. So
Okay.
I was just getting out of the shower when I was called and said, "Where are you?" So here I am. I'm gonna. I don't know. Do you have anybody there you could ask? Let me see if I can find a way to switch cameras. I think maybe. Hang on just a minute. It might be my. It might be trying to go with my phone camera. Let me just check up.
Okay.
Uh,
It should be.
Something just tinged. No,
it-
don't want to do that. Hmm.
So
Just a
it
minute. I
should.
got a message from someone else telling me I should speak up. Am I loud enough to hear that you can hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. It's getting
Good. All
better.
right. All right.
It's
And I think it's using the mic on my phone too, which is too bad because I had this whole thing set up yesterday beautifully, and I had the background lighting all right, and everything was great. But it is what it is.
it is what it is. It
And the
happens.
first problem I want to help solve is that uh, the information that you got about my author name is incorrect. A.J. Porter is my evil twin. We don't talk about him. A.L. Porter. If
Mm.
somebody wants to look for the book by the author name, would be A.L. Porter. Just, you know.
So it's A.L. Porter.
A.L. Yeah. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Let me
I'm
go.
brand new at this. Haven't done this before. So
We'll
how
put
you
that.
doing? You're looking good, by the way.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So where are you? Where are you located?
I'm in Chicago.
Chicago, Windy City.
Yeah, not so much today, but yeah, it gets that way.
Oh wow. Okay. So tell us what you've been doing, about the book, all that stuff, how you got started, how you came up with the concept.
Okay. Let me see. I want to say, first of all, I wrote this book, I finished this book about 3 years ago when I was completely certain that Donald Trump would never be president of the United States again. So I had no idea what was going to be happening. But it turns out that some of the stuff in the book is very current in terms
Okay.
of it. It's a historical novel, and it follows the life of a man called Roger Williams, who you may have heard of, in the 1600s, who got into a lot of trouble over his religious beliefs
Okay.
and wound up having to actually flee for his life. But he landed in New England and was the founder of what became the colony of Rhode Island.
Okay.
And his sort of his major contribution to our Christian experience in the United States today was his insistence on a separation between church and state, because
Okay.
the church had been persecuting him, so he thought that was important. And along the way, he happened to be witness to a whole lot of other events that happen to be very current today. The question of can the king do whatever he wants to do, or does he have to follow the law? Is it better to have the church run the government, or can you actually have the church run the government without the government running the church? That was the kind of thing he was concerned with, and I think those are really. I didn't have that in mind when I wrote the book. I wrote the book because, well, I'd been concerned and praying for a long time about a lot of stuff going on in this country with evangelical Christianity, and I come from an evangelical background, and I found myself praying about it and saying to God, how come these people don't know this stuff?
Right.
And the answer come back, well, maybe you better do something about it. So I started writing the book for that reason. And I hope it's also an entertaining book along the way. It's fiction, so we get to fill in a lot of the blanks with characters and situations. But the bare bones of the book are strictly history. Every event in there is, actually happened, as far as I can tell.
Wow. So what do you want people to get out the book?
Well, a couple things. I hope people will understand that concept. When the church tries to control the government almost always winds up controlling the church, which is a lesson of history that Williams 500 years ago was digging up and presenting to people. They didn't like that, by the way. They burned his books, but I think that's been validated in American history and our experience, and that there really is a reason for some of the compromises and the traditions that we have developed in this country over the last 400 years or so, because the alternatives are pretty scary, actually.
Yeah.
People get killed, other stuff like that. And I also hope that they'll engage with the characters
Yeah.
who are Christians, and they're confronting different situations. There's issues of class, who can associate with who has to bow down to who has to respect who, all that kind of stuff that he's coming up against, because he's son of a tailor. He's often the smartest guy in the room, but that doesn't really count for very much in his world, because it depends on what your title is and what your class is, and so forth and so on. But a lot of that becomes, of course, our tradition here in this country too. We don't like class, even though we have class. We like to pretend that there's no class. So it explores those kinds of things, and does so, I hope, in a way that sort of illuminates the characters a bit. I had to introduce, some personalities and characters to kind of carry the story, and very little is actually known about the historical figures themselves, except the very famous ones.
Wow. So there's a couple of questions on the floor here in the chat. I guess one of them is, are you familiar with Seymour Johnson, the African-American founder of the Pentecostal movement?
I have heard of him. I know a little bit about the history of the Pentecostal movement and the Azusa Street revival. In fact, my wife and I were down there a few years ago. We were in LA, and we just happened to wind up on Azusa Street, and I said, "Oh wow, look at that! They've got a little plaque on the building." There must be another question behind that.
Yes, it says, what do you think of the separation of church and state in schools, the prayer in schools, and what do you think about the late Charlie Kirk and his organization?
Well, I won't say anything much about Charlie Kirk and his organization, because I did not follow him before he was assassinated. And he and I would not agree about a lot of issues. But the church and state issue, I mean, the prayer in schools issue, for one, is one that comes up all the time. And I'll make a confession here. In the school that I attended, the elementary school I attended, and certainly the upper grades, I don't think there was more than one day that this class ever prayed. It just wasn't part of the way that church or that school system was organized. I did a little teaching when I got older, and I was in a faculty. I was a substitute teacher, but I knew the faculty, and we had in that faculty 3 Jewish people, some Baptists, some Catholics, and from that point of view, I'm not sure what kind of prayer you could have all the kids in school recite together that wouldn't offend someone in reality. Because we had Muslim kids, we had Jewish kids, we had, all kinds of things.
Right.
I think the proposal that has been the compromise has been offered by some people is, well, let's just set aside some time in class and tell the kids they can pray their own prayer. I don't see any problem with that, but the people that I taught school with were great professional people, but I wouldn't want them for my Bible teachers. They just weren't trained for that. They didn't have the background. And so I guess, maybe there's a follow-up question to that, but that's kind of where I'm coming from.
Okay. Well, I think.
By the way, I am a Sunday school teacher, but that's a different story.
You are a Sunday school teacher.
Yeah,
okay.
You show up in my Sunday school class, we are going to talk about the Bible for sure.
Wow. Well, so what's the age that you teach? Is it students?
They're all adults.
All adults. Okay.
And most of them are as old as me. No, there's one young man that sits in sometimes, but it's mostly retired people like me. So.
Wow. I love it. So, the book is out. How can everyone get? I think it's Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. Is there other ways they can get the book?
Yeah, it is available online. So you mentioned Amazon, Barnes and Noble. I didn't even know that Walmart carried books, but it's on their website. You won't find it in the stores, but you can order it online, and you get the ebook or a paperback, either one available from all those different sites.
Wow, that's great.
And there will be a volume 2 coming out in the spring, probably. So
there will be a volume 2. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, great. Now, listen, Mr. Porter, did you get any pushback or anything when about the book, or did you have any doubts or anything?
No, that's a funny thing. I started writing just because the spirit was nagging me.
Yeah.
And when I was done, I was surprised when I was done. I said, "Oh, I'm done. Now what?" I didn't think about marketing it or anything else. And I said, "Well, if you wrote it, you probably ought to try to promote it because maybe God has some purpose for it. You never know."
Right.
And so I queried about 90 publishers, pitching my book to them,
Wow.
and didn't get any response. Well, some of them were very nice and said, "Well, this is very nice, but this is not for us. Thank you very much." So I went to self-publishing, and I happened to bump into an old friend of mine who is an established writer, and asked him about that. And he said, "Oh yeah," it says, "I self-publish everything now. I don't deal with," and this guy's written 30 books. So I was encouraged to do that. So I have figured out a way to self-publish, and I've actually got a close friend, a brother from my class, who's helping me with things like getting a little spot on your show to promote it. The good news is I'm retired, so I don't need to make my living from this. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of an adventure. I'm always looking for people who have read the book and tell me what you think. What did you like? What didn't you like?
Right,
I'm interested in that kind of feedback. Just because I don't know where it's going, if you know what I mean. I wrote it without knowing where it was going, but it's not my problem now.
Right.
I just have to be, I have to do my due diligence and see
your due diligence. That's right. Are you thinking about maybe turning into a play or a movie or?
I have not thought about that. Now, I've written another book which is much longer, and my brother, who's not the most impartial reader, said, "This ought to be a TV miniseries." I'm open to the idea, but I'm not really pursuing that right now. Right now, I'm just hoping to find readers and hoping to hear back from readers, to see if what I'm trying to communicate is actually what people are hearing.
Yeah.
Because no two people read a particular book the same way. Everybody's, unique. They all.
Exactly. And they interpret it or take it. Yeah. Everybody takes it, different, how they interpret it different. Mm-hmm. So that would be good. You guys, I want you to go out and get the book. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Mr. Porter, how can people reach you or contact you? We have some of the information here at the bottom of the screen, but how can they reach out to you?
Oh, you see the contact Jeff Dillard, info@janf.com. He's the guy that's helping me. So that would be a good contact.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a question. What is the other book about?
Oh, the other book, you're talking about the first book I wrote. Yeah, that's the one where I started writing, and then a year and a half later, I realized I couldn't go any farther, so I stopped. And when I pitched it, it was 320,000 words long, and all the people I gave it to said, "No, we don't do anything more than 100,000 words." So that book has been out for about a year, but it's much more the history of the Reformation, especially in England, the origins of Puritans. And some of the people in that book are actually my ancestors. I have Puritan ancestors who came over in the 1620s and got involved in all the stuff the Puritans got involved in. My next couple books will probably pick up on some of that because they were there for the witch trials. They were there for all kinds of ugly stuff, but also some good stuff. So,
wow,
I like the ironies,
Yeah.
Well, here's and this isn't in any of the books. I was doing research on one of my ancestors who was born in a particular village in Essex, which is east of London in England, and discovered that his landlord, because they were tenant farmers, was an important figure who had an illegitimate son whom he remembered in his will by giving him some money. And that son was looking for something to do to get rich, and the origin. Well, he partially owned the first ship that brought slaves to Jamestown, Virginia in 1619. And I had no idea there was a family connection to the whole 1619.
Wow.
It's interesting. He's not one of my ancestors, but he was our landlord.
Right.
So all these things keep popping up. I'm a history buff, or maybe a history nerd. So I love the intersections and the surprises.
Wow. This is amazing. I love it. I'm definitely going to get the book and encourage the viewers to get the book. Again, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, Amazon. Any final words, Mr. Porter, that you would like to say to the viewers tonight?
Well, thank you for hearing me out, and thank you for inviting me to be on your show. This is
absolutely.
Like I said, if this ever happens again, I'll have the camera working. But yeah, like I said, I'm just starting out on this. It's an adventure. So
yeah.
Thank you again.
Well, we love it. We love it. We love it. I'm glad that you came on anyway, even, despite, the camera. I'm glad that you still gave us some information about the book so we can go out and get it and support you. And so thank you and much favor to you. Continue to do what you're doing for the community, being a vessel for God. So we thank you. We love you here on the show. And thank you again. We will talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Yes. Wow. That was Mr. Porter. A.L. Porter with his book. Please make sure that you support him. The Garden in Jerusalem. It is out on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, all that good stuff. Also support Mr. Miles Moon, a great artist from New York City. In the house again, I told you with one of our guests, they had death in the family, so we're going to be praying for Simona. As well, please just keep her in prayer. Like I said, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on with everyone, families, people sick, people just so much going on. So prayer is definitely needed right now. So I just encourage you to pray for your brother and sister. Check on them. If you're thinking about them, call them, give them a call and check on them and make sure that they're doing all right. Can you do that for me? Especially we got the holidays coming up. Again for Christmas, and a lot of times this is a sad time for people because that's when they lost their family. So please make sure you check on those that you think about, your loved ones and all that good stuff. We are just excited what God is doing for the show, that we can be a vessel to people to get information out, to help you, to encourage you, to let you know that whatever God has for you, it is for you. He wants you to do it. We want you to do it. So all you got to do is step out on faith and trust God, trust the process, and it will happen. All right. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and let you go for tonight. Listen, we're going to be back here next week, same time, same place. We got some amazing artists that's going to be with us next week as well. We have some more information that we're going to be talking about even next week for the new year, that things that we're going to be doing for the new year. We always encourage your support here for the show. Please reach out to me if you want to sow a seed to the Coco McMillan show. Please reach out to me. Any amount, it will help us. So thank you again for everyone watching the show. Cass, I love you. Thank you so much. Again, my family out there, Mitchell's Grove, my pastor, Pastor Johnson, everybody, Mark, that's working behind the scenes, Wayne Booker. He's so amazing, doing some amazing things for this show that you don't even see. A lot of these guests that you see on the show is because of Wayne Booker. So I really appreciate him and Raven and all these good people that support the show. So thank you again. We love you here. I always say, trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. God bless you tonight. We love you here on the Coco McMillan Show, and we will see you on next week. Good night.
I asked my big brother to come and help me with this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Ernest Pugh.
Again and again, many years before, pain,
I still believe.
I still still believe
that you would always keep your promise,
that you will never leave me.
nor forsake me.
Every time
When I felt all alone,